Hi, you may have seen my recent postings on Instagram and Facebook about paper pumpkin and pie. And you're asking yourself, what's it all about? Well, obviously we know what pie is, right? Paper pumpkin is an all-inclusive kit that you can subscribe to or pay as you go, and you get it once a month, and it generally comes in a orange box like this, but I'm going to show you what this month's box is like, and this will give you an idea of what's in the kit. Now this is the Inked Occasions April 2025. And Paper Pumpkin and Pie is going to be a class for beginners, avid card makers, people who want to make cards but don't have a lot of time or supplies. And we get together once a month and put our kits together. So you can reserve your spot for me by the 9th of every month, and the cost is $27, and that includes the kit. And the kits are all inclusive. So the only thing you may ever need is a pair of paper snips like this. And that's just to cut ribbon or trim if there's some in the kit. So I'm going to put together this kit for you and show you what's it all about. So the kit will come with a little, let me get some light in here. That's better. Let me see. There, that's better, I think. This is a little insert that shows what's on the stamps that are included in the kit. So you can put this in a little envelope or maybe a cassette of some kind, and so you always know what the stamps are. So the kit comes with the stamps, and here are the stamps, and you'll always get a block. No, sorry, correction. You'll get a block with your first kit, and I'm going to show you what that's like. So if you're a subscriber, in your first kit you'll get this Paper Pumpkin clear block. It looks like this, and you use this to put your stamps on, and then you save it for the subsequent kits. Since I'll be ordering the kits for you the first time, or you can order them yourself, just go under Stampin' Up, select me as a demonstrator, and subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. But for your first kit, I'll be providing your block for you. If you subscribe, you'll get one included in your first block, in your first kit. So, you'll also get, these are called ink spots, and this coordinates with the papers, the cards, and the envelopes that are in the kit. For the card kit, generally you'll get 9 cards that you'll make, and these are the envelopes that go with it. They're always included, and they're also always beautifully decorated. And this month's kit has kind of like an alcohol wash. And if you want to know how to do that for yourself, I do have videos on YouTube on how to do an alcohol wash. So those are in the kit. I mentioned adhesives. This month they sent a little, they're called mini dimensionals. Sometimes you'll get glue dots. Don't have a sample of those right here. And this is what glue dots look like. They're a little adhesive. We don't need any in this kit, so that's why they were not included. And sometimes you will get tear and tape on a smaller spool, and this just is another adhesive. And sometimes you will get something like a pop-up or a dimensional, maybe like in strips. That was in last month's kit. But you'll always get everything you need with your kit, with the exception of a scissors that you may need. So this month's kit, we have these beautiful laser cut images, and we'll pop those out. And I want to show you a simple way to put your kit together with this video too. And get some laser cut pop-outs with the sentiments. Generally, you'll get, if you get stamps, you'll also get labels. And these pop out simply also. Sometimes you will get pre-printed sentiments and you won't get an ink spot or stamps. And the sentiments will probably be in German, English, and French, and sometimes Dutch. But these are the card bases that are in this kit this month. So beautiful, beautiful cards. Those. There's 3 different cards in this kit, and can you see the foiling on there? It is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll give you a tip. If you want to save and extend your kit, cut these in half, put these on a regular card base, and you can have twice as many cards. Of course, you won't have enough sentiments to go along, but it's a way of extending your kit. So, there they are, and my directions. You'll always get directions. If you want to see how the kit goes together, you can scan the QR code, and this tells you what's in the kit. It also tells you the coordinating colors that will be in the kit content. And this is an add-on that you can order. You don't need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get this. And you can just scan that QR code to get the add-on. These are dies. So we're going to put our beautiful box away, and it's always wrapped in tissue paper. I like to think of it as a gift you're giving yourself. And what makes cards so special is that you enjoy making them and giving them, and your friends and family will love receiving them. So, to get started, what I like to do is lay out my different card bases. So there are the 3 card bases. Let's see if we can zoom out a little bit. Get my other projects off to the side. And then the instructions will tell you how to put the card together. So this is card 1, which would be this one. And card 2 would be this one. And this is card 3. So for card 1, you're going to need the hugs. And we're just going to pop these out. And this is the easiest way to do it. If you pop everything out and just have it in piles, I get confused. I don't know about you, but I like to be kind of organized when I do these. So this hugs goes here. And then it has There's 3 different kinds of labels here. So there is a rectangular one. Get more light on here. And this one is rectangular, but it has curved corners. And then this one is a script, a background piece for the die, for the stamped image, I should say. So this one, we're going to be using this, and there are 4, which is nice, because if you mess up inking one, you have an extra. And these you can always, if you mess up, you can always flip it over to the other side. So that is what is included in for card 1. Okay. Card 2, excuse me. Card 2 uses this beautiful piece here. And I like to poke. These are so delicate that I like to kind of support them a little bit as I'm popping them out so I don't tear them. Pop this out, and our little leaves. And kind of push them out a little bit. And we're kind of stuck here. Here we go. So there is one of those, and this obviously probably will go on the 3rd card base. So I'm going to pop that out now. And we should have 3 of these, so I'm going to do them separately. Pop this one out. Graham, you know, the wrong part to pull out. And gently break these loose. So there we have all of our pieces punched out. For card 2, we are going to be using the background piece, which will be inked and stamped with "Thinking of You." You can see that. So that is what this is going to be for. Thinking. I think I've got these right. And what else are we going to need for that? That is it. The rest is stamping. And for the 3rd one, it's going to be congratulations. So that's this other background piece. Obviously, if you misstamp this one, it's not going to work to flip it over. So let's set those aside. Now we are going to ink up our stamp, and I am going to actually go, this color is Berry Burst, so I have that in my collection. I think I'm going to use the big stamp. So this is my full pad of Berry Burst. Now if you're going to use the one that comes with it, I'm going to show you how to do it very easily. So we're going to start with, try to do these in order here, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to set 2 and 3 aside for now. And these are photopolymer stamps. So there's options here. It says sending my love. It says hugs. So on your retirement, to the happy couple, you are amazing. I'm here for you. So I'm going to do the I'm here for you. And this one also has little butterflies that we're going to stamp. So there's 2 butterflies that are connected and one all by its itty-bitty self. So we are going to stamp the sentiment first, and I like to, when these are long and rectangular, I like to lay them down so I don't pull on them and stretch them out. And when you are stamping with the small little stamping spot, it's easier, you zoom in again, if you have your block like this with your stamp on top of it and stamp this way rather than trying to do it this way. This is just a little bit harder. So whatever your personal preference is, and I'm going to bring my little labels in here and stamp them. Try to line it up. Press down. Don't press too hard because it might get a little blurry. But there's that one. So we're just going to put one of these cards together. I'm not going to put all 3 of them together because the process will be the same. Now, the little butterflies, I'm just going to pull out one of my other little blocks. I have one here. Otherwise you can, I'll show you how to do it the other way. I'm going to peel this off, set it aside, and here's the little single butterfly. So this can be stamped on the little ink pad. And this little butterfly goes down here. And then we're going to put the 2 butterflies in the corner, the opposite corner. Ink those up. I'm going to take this one off so I don't get it on something else. And these are kind of flying this way here. There. So we have those stamped. And then it tells us, so this is stamp 1. It tells you exactly what to do. You ink up your label, stamp it, and stamp the butterflies. And now we are going to, here it shows you may need a scissors to cut these. These are mini glue dots. I'm not sure if you're going to need to cut them. Let's see. What did I do with my hugs thing? I guess it's over here yet. So it shows you where to put. So these little hexagon things are the dimensionals. On other kits, if it's a round circle, that will be a glue dot. But this shows you how to put, so it cuts one dimensional in half and half, and then puts one there. And then puts one on either end of the label. So we can just do our label first. And sometimes if they're long, I like to put 3 in the middle, just so it doesn't sag, and you'll have plenty of glue dot or dimensionals left over. So then it shows, we put a half of one of these on here. And the best way to do that is to take your paper snips and cut it in half right here. And don't throw away the outline, because you can use that for other things. So put one here, there, and this is one here, and then one here. Whoops, I got two, but that's okay. We're going to need two. One here and one there. And we'll just peel off the backing. There. And place this right here around our little butterflies. And then peel off. This one I got a little off center here. Now, I've got plenty of glue dot, or these dimensionals, so I'm going to put another one there and try to center a little bit better. And it says, I'm here for you. So I'm going to put this dimensional over here. I guess that's why they didn't put a dimensional in the middle, because it kind of hangs out there. So there is card one. Now if you have a bone folder, you can just run it along there. If you don't have one, you can use the edge of your block, and that will sharpen your curve. So there's card one. Isn't that gorgeous? I love this. And if you wanted to step it up a little bit, you could add some sequins, or there's some cute little butterflies and dragonflies in the catalog right now that are gold. I'm just going to find them real quick here for you. Yeah, I guess there's dragonflies and there's birds. So you could actually add a couple of those to this card too. That'd be lovely. And they're flat, which is nice. So that is card one. Now we'll go on to card two. Just going to fold this back like this. So card two is this beautiful card with the, I'll try to separate these here. 1, 2. Take off 2 and leave 1. And these are the elements we need for this card. So it's this shaped label here and one of these pieces. So let me go in my back. So I'm going to fold this with my bone folder first, or you could leave it flat. And then we're going to stamp. I'm going to take off my little stamps here. I like to put them on other blocks so I don't lose them. And then I'll clean them all at once. So, and we got our dimensional stuck on there. So for the second one, we are going to be using Thinking of You. It's all in one piece. And is it going to fit? They should all of the stamps should fit on the original block that you get, okay? And I'll put that, I like to line them up on my good paper so they're kind of square. And then we're going to take our ink spot and ink it up. Now, if you have a, let me find it here. Paper piercing mat. These are great for when you're stamping photopolymer. So we got to figure out, this is going to be the way that this is going to be. And because they're photopolymer, they, unlike the red rubber or our cling stamps, they don't have a real cushion like the cling ones do. If you don't have this, you can use the cardboard that comes in the box with your kit. And there, that's thinking of you. So I'm going to put this away, bring this back in, and let's see, this is going to have some butterflies on it too. So I am going to use one of my little blocks. You can buy these blocks online. They come as a set. And I'm going to put these two on one end and this one on the opposite side, so that if I get ink on the other end, I won't get it on my card. So, or let's see, first we're going to put, no, it says this to ink first. I'm just going to lay these, and this one goes this way. This is landscape. So I'm just going to lay this here to see where it's going to go. So, ink up my dual butterflies. And they're going to go right here. And then I'm going to ink up my single butterfly, and that is going to go right here. So now we're going to put down this piece here, and it tells us on the direction, so it shows you where to stamp the butterflies. Now we're going to go here, and it says to put 4 dimensionals down here, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there, and 1 there. So we're going to flip this over, set this out of the way. So we're going to put 1 in the middle of this flower here, 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 and if you have trouble picking those up, I like to use my paper, either this, which they don't make anymore, it's a paper piercing tool, or you can use your take your pick tool, and it has a piercing end also. So I'm going to use this one. So if you have trouble picking these up, you can just kind of lift them up and place them where they go, which is what I like to do. So it gives me a little bit more accuracy in my placement. Sometimes my fingers are old and they just don't have the dexterity that they once did. So now we're going to peel off these, and you can also use the paper piercing tool to peel these off too if you want. If you don't have nails or you find it difficult. Oh, these little pieces. My dad used to fish, and they remind me of fish scales when he would scale the fish, so they'd be flying all over. That's what these little pieces remind me of. So we're going to set this right down, and kind of goes right at the edge of the card. You can see that, right along the edge. And once we got it where we want it, we'll just press down on those little dimensionals. And then for the thinking of you, it shows you to place 3 dimensionals right there. So turn this over, put 1 there. I'm going to actually put a couple more on. You're going to have a lot left over or at least some left over, and you can always use the edges too. I'm going to put 5 on here, only it says 3, but I want to make sure it doesn't fall off. And then this goes right down here. So that is card 2. And let's see. Now we're going to move on to card 4. So we're going to need one of these and one of these and one of these. So this card is going to be landscape also. But I think if you mess this up and went portrait, I don't think it's going to make a whole lot of difference. But we're going to burnish that edge with our bone folder. Get it really good here. And then we are going to, it tells us first to stamp our little butterflies. Excuse me. So, oh, I took off the lid and turned the stamp pad upside down. So it says to put 2 in this corner here, right around here. Oh, and see, I didn't stamp it very well. So I'm going to try and line these up again. That's the one nice thing about photopolymer stamps, you can see clear through them. And then this one goes kind of up here in that corner. So we're going to put the cover on our ink pad. Well, I guess we don't need to do that right yet because we are going to stamp congratulations. So we need one of these. Oh, and I guess we need another label from our set. We need one of these rectangular ones. There. Forgot to poke that out. So this congratulations, I believe, will go this way. Bring in my paper piercing mat. You can see it's well loved. And we are going to take off this stamp. Thinking of you. And we're going to put on congratulations. And ink that up. I store my little ink spots upside down so that the ink is always at the top. And then I like to write the name of the color on the bottom so I know what color it is. And line that up, stamp it, congratulations. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one. You are amazing. Find the right one. And put this on here. Ink it up. You are amazing. There. Now we are done with our inking, stamping. Put our ink away. There, give it that. I'll bring this back in, and this one has, this is a very simple card, our little foil embellishment. It's going to go right here, And it shows that we have just one dimensional on the back of it. So we're going to take one dimensional, put it on the back, and this is going to go kind of like this between the butterflies. And then for the congratulations, it shows us to put 3 dimensionals in the middle on here. So 1, 2, and you know it says a 3, but this is already popped up. So I'm just going to put 2. And kind of, I wonder if I didn't angle that enough. Twist it a little bit. I'm going to leave it there, like that. And then this is going to have 2 dimensionals on it. So one here and one here. And that kind of just sits right below the congratulations and not cover up our butterflies. So there we have card number 3. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, if you wanted to, like I said, you could cut these down and put them on a card base, and you could extend the number. You won't have all these extra pieces. You can, if you're a subscriber and there are refill kits available, you can purchase a refill kit, and you usually have to check after the 23rd of the month to see if they're available. So, and in a refill kit you get all the pieces, you just don't get the stamps. And that's about it. So anyway, there are our cards, and they are beautiful. So if you want to join me for my paper pumpkin and pie, and you don't live nearby, I live in New Ulm, Minnesota, so if you don't live nearby, sign up for my Zoom class, or we can do it on Facebook Live. Let me know what your preference is. So, and then we can do them together. So thank you for stopping in. I'll put my email information at the end of this, and I'd love to have you join me. The only thing is, if we Zoom, you may have to supply your own pie. Sorry, but we will have pie for in-person events and make our paper pumpkin kit. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be honored to be yours. And I don't have my website right now, but if you go into, let me see if I can find on my phone. If you don't have a demonstrator, you can go here, and you should be able to, right at the top, find a demonstrator. And you can search by name, or you can search by location. So, and my name is Sharon, BRENNAN. So you can search by me. Oops, and I disappeared. Don't you love phones? So search, and there I'll pop up right there. So, and when you log in, after you create your account, my face should show up, and it'll say you're shopping with Sharon Brennan. So thank you so much for stopping in. I appreciate it, and I hope you'll join me for our paper pumpkin and pie classes online. Like I said, they are perfect for people who don't have crafting experience because they give you step-by-step instructions. If you don't want to invest a lot of money and supplies, you'll have everything you need in your kit with the exception of a paper snip. And they're great for on the go. I've taken them to hotel rooms when I've gone on business trips. I've taken them when I've gone camping and put them together, especially for a rainy day. They're fun to do with friends. So we also have other kits available too. Check that online. And buy 1 or 2 kits, have 3 or 4 friends get together and divide up the cards, and you'll each have a couple. So the next one will be May 20th, but you have to reserve your spot by May 9th so I can order the kits. I need at least 2 weeks lead time for that. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and may God bless you. Happy stamping.